What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 5 of H-Town Talks. I'm your host, Pablo, and I am here with,
Matthew Rodriguez.
yes, sir, and this is episode 5 of H-Town Talks. So, we haven't uploaded in a while. And I just want to apologize to y'all, man. We've been busy with school. Recently, Mathew just graduated from high school,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm finally done, man.
Yes, sir, man. Congrats, bro. I'm proud of you. We've got a
Yeah,
long way
thanks.
to go, man.
Yeah, long way, man.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, man, we've been busy, but we've been keeping up with the Rockets. Don't worry, man. We're definitely keeping up. Uh, Elephant in the room, the NBA draft just happened. It was really exciting because personally, me and Matthew wanted Jabari Smith on the Rockets, but as of like the past 2 weeks, like 2 weeks ago, Houston Rockets Twitter was convinced that we're getting Pablo. So I kind of convinced
Yeah,
myself that we're getting Pablo, but I wasn't attached because I felt like something was gonna happen. I still wanted Jabari, and
yeah,
shocking
man.
factor, man.
Yeah,
Ben
man.
Carroll went
It's
one.
all luck, man.
Yes, sir. And I was shocked. Like, not gonna lie, I was shocked when Ben Carroll went one because all signs were pointing to Jabari going number one with the Magic.
Oh yeah, it's kind of weird how it happened.
I know they kind of
It's the
snaked them.
draft.
They kind of
Yeah,
snaked them. Not gonna lie, because he was. Didn't he get a workout? He got a workout in with the Magic, and then last minute, Ben Carroll didn't even work out for the Magic, and he went number one. They saw something in him, and we'll see what happens in the this year.
yeah, for sure.
So, I just want to get it. Rockets. What's the Rockets' future, man? What's it looking like? Are we gonna form the best young core in the league? How are we looking after this draft? Are we winners and losers? What are your thoughts on this draft, man?
So what I'm thinking is that we definitely are looking good. We got some good rookies. We got Ty Ty, we got Zabari, and we had also got I forgot the other guy's name. So
Tari,
I just forgot his name.
Tari Eason.
Yeah, Tari Eason. Yeah, we're looking good, man. This is a good draft. Since we had the number 3 spot, like it was almost no pressure on us. So I was real happy with whoever fell to us. But yeah, looking at the future, we got some other young guys. We got Kevin Porter. We got Alperen Şengün. We got Jalen Green. I mean, it's gonna be looking good. We got rid of some guys on the team as well. Like we can be like a super team in a couple years, man.
It's looking nice, man. I'm so excited for this future because I'm gonna be honest, man. Last year was our first year of the rebuild. Because if
Yeah,
you want to count the 2020 season, that's the year we traded James Harden. We had no young guys except for Kenyon Martin Jr. and KPJ last in the bubble year. So if you want to count it like that, I guess it's our
I
third year
get.
technically. But I'm gonna count it 1 year. Like this is our first year
Would
and a half.
you think Tate would count as a young guy
I don't
in
think so.
2020?
I don't think so,
Because
man.
he was 25 then,
Yeah,
but he was a rookie.
that's true. That's true.
He made it
But
to all first team rook.
oh yeah,
I
he
remember
did.
that.
He did. He did. But I mean, I'd rather start KJ personally.
Oh yeah,
We'll see how that works out now because he requested a trade, but we'll get into that later. Rockets' future, man, I'm excited. Last year, Rafael Stone had, I think we were the winners of the draft last year. We got Jalen Green, Garuba. We got our starting center now in Sengun and Josh Christopher, who has potential to be six man of the year. That's how I see Josh Christopher. He could be like the spark off the bench that the Rockets need in the future. And in this year's draft, we got basically a sniper that's 6'10" and 6'11" with shoes on. I did not know that. He shoots the lights out. In Jabari Smith, we got Tari Eason, who's a lockdown defender, which the Rockets need defense. We got two guys in defense, Jabari and Tari. And now we got Ty Washington, who's really solid. I mean, he was projected in some mock drafts to go in the lottery, and he fell to us at 29. I think that's a steal right there for the Rockets, man. Our future's
yeah,
looking great. Our young core's looking great. Uh, I'm glad that we moved Wood. Wood needed to go. I know a lot of people are saying that we got fleeced, but we got Ty Washington out that trade, so I'm not
and we got.
complaining.
Hey, do not forget we also got Boban.
Yeah, we
I
got
think that was
Boban, man.
worth it.
Boban's gonna be great for the chemistry, man. He's the glue of this team.
He's gonna be a great backup center.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm excited. This young core, our starting five potentially is like 22 years old and younger, man. Uh,
Hmm.
and not to mention KPJ, he's super young too. So this team has a lot of potential. It's gonna be great. Um, I'm just excited because Jabari is the guy we wanted. He fell to us there, and he might be the best player in this draft. We don't know yet, but from what I've seen, Jabari has limitless potential. But I just want to say something too, real quick. Man, were you watching the draft on? I think it was on Thursday.
Yeah, I was watching it.
Man, were you watching Kendrick Perkins? I hate Perkins with a passion, bro.
Oh man, he brought up the weirdest like they were saying who would some of these guys be compared to, and he was bringing up like weird guys like Jonas Valanciunas.
Nah, man, I don't know how that guy is on draft night. He's not. You can tell. You can clearly tell Kendrick Perkins does not watch college basketball. I mean, put someone else there, man. Like I'm no hate towards him, but like his voice gets on my nerves, man. Like I can't watch for whenever First Take is on and Kendrick Perkins is there, I turn off my TV, bro. I can't watch this guy, and like compared. I think he compared Chet Holmgren to Giannis. How like
I saw that. I
dude,
saw
he's
that.
not. He if anything, he's close to Rudy Gobert. Like obviously Uh, he's not qualified for the NBA draft in my opinion to cover the NBA draft. But we're gonna get to the next topic before I go on a Kendrick Perkins rant. Uh, the Kings, man, the Kings. You know,
The
it
Kings, man.
happened. Happened. It might have happened again. They drafted Bagley over Luca, and all the guys they take over, like the past few drafts they had, the guy that is selected next to the Kings is always turns out to be like a superstar or an all star. They
Yeah,
Jimmer Fredette. They drafted Jimmer Fredette instead of Clay
Clay
Thompson,
Thompson
and then I think it was Damian Lillard. I don't remember, but
over. I forgot his first name, but it was something Robinson.
yeah, it's
At
not.
number 5, they picked Robinson, man.
It's crazy, man. And now this draft, they selected Keegan Murray over Jaden Ivey, who not to mention Jaden Ivey was top four person in this draft, and the Pistons ended up collecting him at 5. Did the Kings take an L for drafting Keegan Murray at 5? What would you have done if you were the Kings? What are your opinions on this Kings draft?
Man, well, as we all know, that the Kings has always been like they haven't been really good in the draft. I mean, they've always done like some dumb moves, but I mean, hopefully this is the one time that they change it because they also had some reasons not to pick him because he also I forgot when he said it, but I remember he was saying to that I think he was saying to the management or something like or to like someone on Twitter. I don't remember where it came from, but like he was saying that he didn't want to go to Sacramento. I mean,
Yep.
so already if they would have picked him, that would already had some like bad blood. Most
hmm
people don't want to go to Sacramento anyways.
I agree, man. Yeah, Ivy clearly didn't want to go to Sacramento. I don't blame him. It looks like every prospect that goes to Sacramento ends up requesting a trade or leaving in free agency. Um, I personally think the Kings they might have I don't want to judge too early, but Ivy can be that guy, you know. He can take over that team. He could turn around that franchise, but they picked Keegan Murray. I'm afraid to for Kings. I feel bad for Kings fans. You know, I've seen a lot of things on Twitter. Kings fans are pretty happy with Keegan, so yeah, he does fit the team better. They already have Fox. They have Sabonis, so they're gonna add Keegan Murray there. But man, it was a top four draft, and Keegan Murray. Why didn't y'all trade down for Keegan? You could have entertained the idea of a trade. I promise you, Keegan Murray would have been there at 5 or 6. But no, y'all could have got extra assets, but y'all ended up taking Keegan Murray, and another L that the Kings had. They drafted Jaden Hardy at number 35, who, by the way, he's one of the steals of the draft. They traded him to Dallas for I think a second round pick or something. So they could have had two. They could have had a great draft with Jaden Hardy and Jaden Ivey, but they ended up with just Keegan Murray. So I'm not a big fan of this Kings draft, but I am a fan. I am a huge fan of the Detroit Pistons and what they did this NBA draft. Selecting Jaden Ivey at number 5, you have your backcourt of the future for the next 10 years, and that is Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham. And
Oh yeah.
they traded a first round protected pick from the Nuggets for Jalen Duren. I mean, that's right there your young core of Cade Cunningham, Jaden, Jaden, Jaden Ivey, and Jalen Duren for just a first round pick right there. You didn't even have like they are the winners of this draft in my opinion. I'm this could be a really exciting Pistons team to watch next season. What are your thoughts on the Pistons draft?
Yeah, man. This they chose. I like their decisions too. Yeah, they chose Jaden Ivey at 5. I think it was Jalen Duren at 13, and then at 36 it was Gabriel Procida. I think I don't know how to say his last name. But yeah, man. Like I really like how their team's looking too. They'll definitely be one of them. Like they'll be having a real good future too. You know.
Yeah, Pistons are gonna be really. It's like the Rockets and Pistons are level to level with their rebuild. It's
Oh
going
yeah.
great. Troy Weaver is a really good GM. So is Raphael Stone. I'm loving what I'm seeing from these two organizations that clearly know how to rebuild. And
Oh yeah, man.
we're gonna go on to the next team that I think took a massive loss in the draft. The New York Knickerbockers, man. What did they do? What did they do this draft, man? They traded away the I think it was the 11th pick. They drafted Usman Dang and traded him to the Thunder. And then they had Jalen Duren and they traded him away for a first round pick. Yes, they got a massive cap because they traded Kemba Walker as well to the Pistons. But you know why they're clearing up this cap space? To make room for Jalen Brunson. They're going to pay him a 4 year, $100 million deal. That's what it's looking like. His dad, Jalen Brunson's dad, is in New York. He's an assistant coach. What it I'm sorry to say, but Jalen Brunson is not an all-star caliber player. Yes, he played great in the playoffs, but you're telling me you're spending all your cap on Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, Evan Fournier, and RJ Barrett, who's gonna get a payday soon. I'm sorry, that team is not gonna go far in the playoffs, man. You're spending all your money on role players. I don't understand what the Knicks front office is doing. I love Brunson. Don't get me wrong. He deserves every penny he gets, but man, the Knicks, I don't know what they are doing. What is their direction in the I have no idea what their direction is.
Man, I don't know, man. I guess they just don't want to make the playoffs or something. And don't forget, man, that the Knicks president Leon Rose had actually had to say an apology. They had to send an apology out, man, because of what they did.
Yeah, no, the Knicks are I don't know, man. The New York teams right now are in shambles. It's not looking too good for either New York team. Well, the Nets are looking decent, but their situation with Kyrie is different. We'll get to that in a little bit though. Next topic we have the John Wall buyout that happened today. John Wall has officially been bought out by the Houston Rockets, and he will be going to the Los Angeles Clippers. That's gonna be honestly, this Clippers team just got better, man. John Wall, people don't know, but I think he still has a lot of stuff, a lot of energy left in the tank, man. This had to happen. He wasn't gonna get traded nowhere. The
Yeah, man.
Rockets cleared up a room for maybe more younger players. It's looking great. We need to let the young guys go, like go out there and play. We need to sit back the veterans. Good move on both team for both sides. John Wall's team and the Houston Rockets team. John Wall can now go compete for a championship in LA, and I'm happy for him, man.
Yeah, man. And in John Wall's career, he's actually averaged 19 points, 9 assists in 613 regular season games. And in the 2021 season, He actually averaged 20 points and 6 assists. He's playing. He actually played better this one year after his injury.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think they got something good going on the Clippers.
and he got a full year of rest. Basically, man, he didn't play a single game.
Yeah, man, it's looking kind of good in LA right now. At least for one of their teams.
For real, man. We'll get to the Lakers soon. Don't worry. The Lakers. We're not a Lakers hating podcast, but come on, we got to make fun of them every once in a while. So, um, now that John Wall is gone, who do you want gone off the Rockets? Who else do you want gone off the Rockets? Um,
Well,
let's hear it.
personally, I'm looking at Eric Gordon right now. Eric Gordon,
100%.
I love Eric Gordon. He's contributed a lot to this team, but it's just business, man. Like, yeah, I love Eric Gordon, but like he's too old. I think he's 34 or 33 this year, and it's not really looking good for him right now. I was really thinking we were gonna trade him, to move up in the draft, but we don't know what Stone is thinking. But hey, we trust in Stone. I trust that Eric Gordon won't play for us this season. In a fake, I mean, he might fake an injury or something, just so it don't look like he's sitting out the season. But hey, man, I kind of hope he's gone by the end of this season,
Me too,
to
man.
get more time for these young players.
I 100% agree with you, man. I want Eric Gordon off this team. No, I love Eric Gordon, what he's done for the city of Houston. He's the only one that has stayed after the 2018 Rockets team that, choked in the playoffs. But he's done everything we've asked him to do. I mean, without a single complaint. He's a
Yep.
great guy. Whichever team gets him, they're gonna love him. He's a really good piece. He still has a lot of left in the tank. He's a sharpshooting guy that can initiate an offense. I just wish that we sent him to a contender. I think his time is up in Houston, man. He has nothing left to prove here. We're obviously in a rebuilding stage. Go let the man compete for a championship in Phoenix or Philadelphia, man. Go get him a chip.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, man.
yeah, man.
I think it's looking good for him to go play in Philadelphia.
Yep.
They got Harden there. I mean, he can really be like just a filler spot or whatever, man. But he definitely has talent still. I mean, we saw him play last year in the few games he played with us. He wasn't a bad player. He still has some left in the tank.
I agree, man. He's really solid, and um, I'm hearing that the Philadelphia 76ers are trying to sign PJ Tucker. So they're really trying to build this 2018 Houston Rockets team, man, with Harden,
Yeah,
Tucker, and Gordon.
they
Um,
just need Gerald Green on there, man.
for real, they need Chris Paul too. Imagine. And knowing how bad the Sixers bench is, I think Gordon will provide wonders for that team. He'll do great there. I hope he goes to a contender. And the next guy who requested a trade was KJ Martin. KJ Martin Jr. requested a trade from the Houston Rockets prior to the NBA draft because we got the number 3 pick and his playing time is probably going to go down. But honestly, this kind of made me a little bit mad because KJ Martin was a second round pick. He was the number 52 overall pick in the NBA draft of 21, I think, or 2020. And, you know, we gave him 20 plus minutes this year. What other team is going to give him 20 plus minutes as a 52 overall pick? There's not many other teams that will give him playing time. And second year of his career, he requests a trade out of Houston. Um, I think what KJ Martin should do is, if he wants to leave, that's cool, right? But man, start playing more, like play better, so we could get your trade of value up. You know what I mean? Um, I don't think I wasn't too happy when he requested trade. I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of offended because, like I said, 52 overall pick. Where is he gonna go? Who's gonna trade for KJ Martin Jr.?
Yeah, man, you're not lying about that. But I've been hearing I think actually yesterday that the Brooklyn Nets are interested in KJ Martin.
Yeah, I mean, if they give us a good trade offer, I'll send him right away, man. Because we don't need players that don't want to be here. But I love KJ. He's a great player. But man, it sucks that he requested a trade this early into 2 years into his career, and we're building something here in Houston that's really good. It's not like we're looking like the Knicks, with no future, or like other teams. We're building something really strong and bright here in Houston. But hey, man, if he doesn't want to be a part of that, I respect it. But what other team is going to give you minutes other than the Houston Rockets? You know, you're the 52nd overall pick, man. Don't trading. It's like if in the Houston Astros, right? If Jose Siri requested a trade, like no one's gonna go. Not that many organizations are gonna go like hungry for that. No offense to KJ Martin, I think he's a great player, great upside, but I think he should be patient. And Silas needs to do something. The Rockets, because as you can tell, the young guys are getting fed up now. They're getting fed up that they're not getting enough touches, enough minutes. So we need to do something. Is and yeah, man. I mean, we're training the veterans, which is good. I really hope Garrison Matthews does not like go off the bench first. Start the young
Oh
guys this
man,
season. Yeah,
I
man.
forgot about Garrison Matthews.
Yeah,
I think
man.
he should go too.
All the vets need to go. Jayshawn Tate needs to come off the bench. I love Jayshawn Tate. Not a starter though. He
Yeah.
needs to come off the bench.
Yeah, even if Garrison Matthews came off the bench, starting shooting guard or something,
Yeah,
that'd be probably way better.
I agree, man. KJ, I hope KJ stays. I love KJ. I love what he's done with the Rockets. Hopefully Silas can start him or give him more minutes so he's not angry with the team or something. What do you think about the KJ Martin trade, man? Or trade request?
Yeah, like when I first heard about it too, I got kind of offended as well. And like you said, he is the 52nd pick of the draft. Like you're not James Harden, man. Like
Exactly.
being honest, you're not James Harden. Uh, we don't know where his career could lead him in the future, But like the way it's going right now, I mean, you're not a superstar. You're not Kyrie Irving, just like someone who can do that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it offended me at first as well. But hey, I've liked what I've seen from KJ. I mean, I remember how we were saying how we wanted KJ to be part of the starting lineup
100%.
because we liked what we saw from him.
Yep.
And I remember it was I think it was KJ Martin Senior that was kind of trying to hype him up
Hmm.
when he KJ Martin, being honest, is just a role player.
Yep.
And I know his dad was really hyping him up. So yeah, like he had some good times with us. I hope he does stay, but if he doesn't, well, it's all right.
It won't be the end of
I
the
wish
world.
him the best luck. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. With or without him, man, we're gonna do some good things in the future.
I agree, man. Speaking of Kenyon Martin Sr., I think he was the one that like a month ago said that KJ wanted out of Houston. It's looking like his dad is causing the issues too. We don't need players like that in Houston. We don't need players dad's causing troubles in the locker room and everything. If Stone can package him and Gordon to go to Philly, good for them, man. I mean, I don't think KJ Martin should be the reason why you decline a trade. Uh, I hope he stays in Houston. I hope he succeeds with us. But if he doesn't, not the end of the world. I'm not gonna sit and cry over KJ Martin leaving the Rockets. Right. I hope
Right, man.
I wish him the best in his career. Let's see. I don't even know if he's gonna play this season, man. Since he requested a trade, it's gonna be really interesting. Something to look forward to. So, the next topic, like you mentioned, Kyrie, the Nets and Lakers dilemma. Kyrie Irving has been linked to the Nets and the Lakers, but Kyrie ended up picking up his player option of $37 million. He's staying with the Nets for one more year. Now, Matthew, I have a question, man.
Yes, sir.
How is the James Harden trade looking like now that the Nets are in shambles? They're on the verge of losing Kyrie. Kyrie might leave the Nets, and you know Lakers fans are in shambles too because they thought they're gonna get Kyrie for 6 million. Not gonna happen, buddy. Okay, uh, if Kyrie and KD leaves, if Kyrie leaves, Kevin Durant's most likely gonna leave. Will this
Yeah,
Houston Rockets trade of James Harden? How will it look? How do you think it'll look?
man, it'll look like the Rockets are. It'll look like like Stone is a genius, man. And speaking of Lakers fans, they really thought they were gonna get Kyrie, and instead they got another year of Westbrook. They got another year of Westbrook. And yeah, looking at this like how it all like it's going out, like it's planning out. It really does seem like Stone is a genius, man. Even I was like embarrassed of that trade because like it really seemed like we got nothing back for it because the Nets, it was three superstars: James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. No one expected this.
Yep.
I mean, like James Harden, he was playing good at the beginning of the season with us in Houston, and he was playing good with them. And then, man, Kyrie was staying out because of COVID. Uh, Durant was always hurt, and then Harden was the one by himself. He barely carried them to the playoffs.
Yep.
Like, man, it's been just a bunch of ups and downs for the Nets. Yeah, It's looking like Kyrie's staying with the Nets one more year. But I mean, I think it would be sure, like for sure, be best if he left because like the Nets front office and all the NBA media was really making it look like he was leaving. Like it's like a horrible situation right now. Like Kyrie really exposed the NBA media.
He did.
Yeah,
He really did,
yeah.
man.
That's my thoughts, man.
Yeah, man. Kyrie, man. Where do I start? So, Kyrie won a championship with Cleveland. Wanted to be the man. Went to Boston. Went in front of the Boston crowd. Said he was gonna resign and ended up leaving the next year. Going to Brooklyn. Kyrie ended up playing the first season without Kevin Durant, and he didn't play that many games. Comes back the next season. Uh, Goes down with an injury in the second round of the playoffs to the Milwaukee Bucks. Running back with James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie, right? But COVID ends up hitting, and the vaccine dilemma happened with Kyrie. Ended up sitting out more than half of the games, and comes back in the playoffs, and the Nets get bounced. They get swept in the first round. Kyrie now asks for a max. He wants a max deal now. If I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I don't blame him for not wanting to give him the max. He barely shows up to work. It's like if I go to work and I call off like, "Hey boss, I can't come in. I have to do something," and I'm gone for a week, and I come back. All right, man, where's my paycheck? No, at the end of the day, that's the NBA is a business, and if you don't go to work, you don't get your contract. But Kyrie Irving is so special. His talent is so great that he will get a deal most likely from another team if it's not the Brooklyn Nets. I do not blame the Brooklyn Nets for not wanting him to give him the deal. Kyrie, even though Kyrie's a special talent, I don't blame the Nets for not wanting to give him the deal. But you have Kevin Durant on the team. Top top 10 player of all time in my opinion. Kevin Durant is a superstar, generational talent. You do whatever to for Kevin Durant to stay in Brooklyn, even if that means re-signing Kyrie Irving to a max deal. As long as Kevin Durant is there, you will be in playoff contention. You will be there contending for a championship in the next 5 years. That's how good Kevin Durant is. I understand not wanting to sign Kyrie to a max deal if I'm Brooklyn, but man, Kevin Durant is there. He's looking at the front office. He is. I bet he's getting impatient because he wants his best friend Kyrie with him, right? So keep Kyrie at all costs if you want to keep Kevin Durant there. If next season Kyrie leaves and you see the downfall of the Nets, these first round picks that the Houston Rockets got, my goodness, we fleeced them so hard. That if this happens, Rafael Stone is playing checkers while the rest of us. I mean, he's playing chess while the rest of us are playing checkers. So, that being said, we gotta look out for the Brooklyn Nets next season. Is Kyrie gonna stay? Is he gonna leave? Is he gonna go to the Lakers? I mean, it seems like every time a superstar is a free agent, the Lakers fans hype him up that he's going to the Lakers. I remember, I remember they're hyping up Zach LaVine was going to the Lakers. Nah, man. I mean, y'all don't
And
have any
DeMar
caps.
DeRozan.
Exactly. They could have had DeMar, but they ended up getting Westbrook. So, I mean,
Oh man, Westbrook.
and he just, Westbrook today picked up his $47 million player option. So you're paying Westbrook
Yeah,
$50 million. I don't know why Lakers fans are excited for this year. It's the same team. I'm sorry, it's just a different coach. It's literally the same team as last year, if not worse, because some players are leaving. Kendrick Nunn is not gonna make a difference in this team. I don't think Laker fans should be looking forward to this year. Look forward to next year because that's when free agency hits, and maybe y'all will get Kyrie, but I don't think he'll go to the Lakers. Uh, but yeah, man, that's my thoughts on the whole situation with Kyrie. He just needs to have one consistent year, man, of showing up, going to work, playing out of his mind, and he will get the max from Brooklyn. If he really wants to stay in Brooklyn, he will show up to work. We'll see what happens. Maybe something he'll make another excuse not to play. But yeah, man, that's my thoughts on the Kyrie situation. And the final topic of today, there's a discussion on Twitter that I'm seeing about, and Rockets Twitter, right? People are saying the Rockets should contend. We're gonna surprise many people this year. We're gonna make the play-in. We're gonna make the playoffs. I'm sorry to break it. The Houston Rockets are not making the play-in. They're not even gonna push in for a play-in spot this year. But that's my thoughts on that. But that being said, do you think the Houston Rockets should compete this year for a play-in spot? Should be competitive, win a lot of games, or should we tank like we did last year? What are your thoughts, man?
Um, well, at the end of the day, it's not going to be any of the Rockets fans' choice on Twitter. Raphael Stone isn't going to ask user Rockets fan from H Town 444 on Twitter we should contend or not. But if it's my choice, if I'm Raphael Stone, if I'm Coach Silas, if I'm whoever, I'm thinking we sit out this season for sure, man. I think we can really test some things out. We can let the guys build chemistry on and off the court. If we start trying to contend right now, I really think the chemistry, because I think chemistry is the most important thing.
Yep.
So if our guys don't have that, then we're gonna end up like the OKC. Where all our guys are gonna get split up. Um, and I know you don't like Kendrick Perkins, but I remember hearing this interview from him. I think it came out like a couple of days ago, and someone asked him what happened in the OKC Thunder days when he was on OKC with Harden, Westbrook, and Durant, and he said that they had no chemistry. The biggest problem that none of them wanted to be with around each other. They all rode on the bus, to different arenas. They never sat next to each other. They didn't even really talk to each other. And he said that when James Harden first came in to the team and into the league, he said he really didn't like him. He thought of him as a ball hog, which it's kind of the truth.
Yeah.
But he really had to force Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook to even really like each other. Like it was that kind of fake chemistry.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's what I think, man. I really think we need to sit this one out and really build on that chemistry. Let the young guys just evolve.
I You hit it out the park, man. Yeah, I 100% agree. I definitely want to see some competitive games though.
Oh yeah,
We're
oh
not
yeah.
we're not gonna lose by 30 points every game, right? We're gonna win some games. We're probably gonna be a bottom three team in the West again, bottom three team in the whole NBA. But man, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be different than last year. We have all the young guys are playing. My thoughts. We're not making a playing game, guys. Let's be honest. The West is stacked this year. Kawhi is coming back. Jamal Murray is coming back. The Clippers are gonna look nasty, even with John Wall now. I mean, and the Blazers got better. You know, there's other teams that are coming up in the West that are looking amazing. The Warriors are still there. They're a really great team. The Warriors are a dynasty. They're still here. They haven't left. And knowing the Warriors are still here, that's the Rockets' kryptonite, man. The Warriors. So Houston,
Yep.
we're not gonna compete just yet. Give it one more year, Rockets fans. Be patient, all right, man. Remember, this is a rebuild at the end of the day. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's looking brighter every year, man. This year we had, last year we had Kevin Porter Jr. This year we have Jalen Green, and this year is Jabari Smith and Sengun. We have such a young core that can blend in well. But I'm gonna tell y'all something y'all probably don't know. OKC has our picks for the next like 3 or 4 years, whatever it was, from the Russell Westbrook trade. This is our
Uh-oh.
last year we control our pick. So that being said, you know damn well we're gonna use that pick. You know we have to get another lottery pick. That guy, that kid in France, Victor Wembanyama, that kid looks special. Be look out for that kid right there. We're that's my like top priority right now. Get that kid, bring him in Houston. Do whatever you need to do to bring that kid in Houston. 7'3", can shoot the lights out. Great defensive work. If you think Chet was like skinny, like a good defensive player, just imagine more buffer, better shape, and 7'3" in France. This kid in France, Victor Wembanyama, is looking great. You have Scoot Henderson to look forward in this draft. So many great talent, so much great talent in this draft, this next upcoming draft. Keep an eye out on those names. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this year. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. Summer League is coming up soon. We're gonna recap those games. We're gonna tell you our thoughts on that. But yeah, man, I'm excited for next year. Just don't get your hopes up too much, guys, because I'm not gonna lie. Last year I thought we are gonna make a play-in push. It's super dumb to look back at. But
Yeah.
now I'm back. I know my limit. I know the Rockets' limit this year. We're not gonna make no playing game, guys. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but it's gonna be fun. Have patience. It's only 2 years into this draft, and we have 2 years into a rebuild, and we are looking so much better every year. So that's it for today's episode, man. Do you have any thoughts you wanna give out, man?
Yeah. So my I think my final thought is, even looking at this next year, even if we do bad, we don't make the play in, we miss it, we miss the playoffs or whatever. I just want everyone here to remember them blue jerseys, man. Remember them Oilers blue jerseys,
Yo,
and just think of how bad we were then, and just like think of now, just like compare the two, and you see how far we've come from that. How far we come from those days, man. The wow factor is over with.
the wow, the wow factor is gone, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, Wall, Oladipo, and Wood are gone.
Yep. I mean, just guys, be ready for an exciting future. Promise you guys, this we're gonna be looking great. We might be a future dynasty. Hopefully, that's the goal of the draft every year, to build a dynasty, to be like the Warriors, man.
Yes,
Not
sir.
exactly like them, but like they're a dynasty. They're great,
Homegrown.
homegrown. They got all their players from the draft. Major props to the Warriors. I want to congratulate Warriors fans for winning the championship too, man. They
Yeah,
destroyed.
we didn't even congratulate them.
Yeah, the Celtics, man. There's a great team. They need to just keep improving every year. They're still young. I expect the Celtics to be back, but that will wrap up episode 5 of H Town Talks, man. It's been great. We're gonna try to upload more, guys. Don't worry. Summer League's gonna be fun. We're gonna
Yes,
cover it
sir.
for y'all. By so right now, just look into Jabari Smith highlights. That's what I've been doing for like the past few days. And Tari Eason, it's gonna be a movie, man. Oh yeah, just one more thing, guys. Matthew, I want to ask you a question, man.
All right.
Dream starting five from this next year. What is it, man?
Ooh, dream starting five. Okay, I can already see it. So point guard, I got Kevin Porter. Shooting
Yep.
guard, I got Jalen. Um, hmm. Small forward, hopefully KJ.
KJ.
I have power forward as Jabari, and then center Shengun.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's a really good lineup right there, man. That'll be whew, crispy. My
I
starting
think
five,
I
man.
think with that lineup, I think we're winning three more games than last season.
Yeah, yeah. We're probably gonna win like a good 20 something, like max 25 games we'll win, not more than
Yes,
that.
sir.
But my dream starting five for this season: KPJ at point guard, Jalen Green at the two, at three I want Jabari Smith at number three, and at number four, a power forward, I want Tari Eason. Number
Um,
five, Alprin Sengun, man. So that's
that
my
sounds good too.
yeah, man. I just want a young. I don't want Eric Gordon or Garrison Matthews or Jay Sean Tatum in the starting five. Dear
Yes.
God, Silas, please, man, don't do that to me. I'll have an aneurysm. I'll start raging. But yeah, man, that'll be. That's gonna wrap up today's episode, guys. I hope y'all have a good one. Enjoy y'all's day, and we'll be back to cover summer league, guys. Enjoy y'all's day.
Yes, sir. Talk to y'all later.